Hey guys, it's Athena. On this 11th day of my Yule videos, I am going to have to keep it as quick as possible. I've had a lot of togetherness with Poochie, and he's very cranky right now. I'm trying not to allow it to make me cranky right now. The past 2 days have had a few high points and a lot of very annoying low points. This is just part of having a little kid in the house, and the little kid gets bored. So today we're going to get that little kid out of the house and we're going to go do stuff. So on today's video, I wanted to share with you a few of my recent discoveries. Things that have been, some of them have been around for a couple years, but they're new to me. And if you don't already know about them, or if they're not things you currently enjoy, maybe you would like to give them a try too. The first are going to be a couple TV shows. I will reiterate for the millionth time, I don't get live TV. Anything I watch is either through YouTube, Amazon Prime, or Netflix. I used to have Hulu, I canceled that. Here are some things I have really enjoyed in the past couple weeks that I've had a teeny bit of free time. Like in the evening before bed, I will binge watch 2 or 3 of these while I'm doing other things. The Magicians. That show is really cool. The Magicians comes on Sci-Fi. I know they're either currently in the 2nd season or it's about to be released. All I know is I can't access it because since I buy my episodes through Amazon, I've only gotten to see the 1st season. Really, really enjoyed it. It bugs me a little bit that they're called the Magicians instead of the Witches or the Wizards, because that's what they're doing. They're doing witchcraft, and they're natural born wizards and witches, but in this show they just call you a magician. It's got a tad bit of a Hogwarts feeling about it, but not really, because it's on American soil and it is college age kids, and you don't get an owl letter telling you that you've been accepted. You get into an elevator or you go somewhere, and when you walk through the door, suddenly you're in the school and you have to take a test. You may not even know what's going on, but if you pass the test, then you are a magician and you are in the school. So I'll just leave it at that. But the 1st season was quite compelling. I think I watched all the episodes. There were 13 or 14. I watched them all in the matter of a few days. That's how I do. And then I had that horribleness of I've watched them all and I'm yearning for more. So that's when I started looking around for other things. And I've heard the second one I'm going to recommend, I've heard about through podcasts a few times. I didn't think I would like it, but it's on Netflix. Black Mirror, or The Black Mirror, whatever. It's been on, to my surprise, since 2011. So all y'all out there are probably like, hello, welcome to the 21st century. Yeah, thanks for the welcome. Again, I don't watch TV. I stay away from media except for YouTube and Netflix. Get my news through Facebook, the stuff that I haven't blocked. But I've heard a few of my podcasts that I enjoy reference the Black Mirror a few times. And I've clicked on it before and read it, like what the 1st or 2nd episode's about, and I'm like, this does not look like my kind of thing. It's totally my kind of thing. I will tell you though, I learned by watching some of them get very dark, which is what will appeal to a lot of people, and I'm okay with a level of darkness, but then when it gets a little too much, I decide I'm not watching this one. The one called White Bear, I believe it was, I got through more than half of it, and I was like, what the hell is this? It was like The Purge or something, which I would never watch, but I've seen previews. And then I started fast forwarding because I was like, this is just too much. And I got to the ending, and these do remind me a little bit of modern day Twilight Zones, but all of them have a technological aspect to it. Computers or internet or the way we're all connected. There's a lot of futuristic things that can happen because of technology. So I hear Poochie banging right now. He is trying to get my attention, and if it's through a negative way. Peace. So the Black Mirror, excellent. Although, as I said, I recommend skipping some of them if you. Not every one of them is going to be your flavor. Most of them I've enjoyed. There's some really ones that mess with your mind. White Christmas, that one was. It got a little dark, but they all get a little dark. It's called. Yeah, it had a weird little twist. Anyway, was there anything else? Yes. Okay, here's my last thing. Now that I'm on break, I have not been good about my meditation that I was doing every day because I would do it at 6:30 in the morning before Poochie was up. Well, now I'm staying up till 12 or 1, and so I don't get up early. I sleep until he wakes me up around. I've kind of bribed him to let me sleep till 8. But then once he's up, and there's no time for meditation. So one little hack, life hack, sneaky way for me to meditate is something I used to love to do back in college on Netflix. Bob Ross. Did you guys ever watch Bob Ross? Oh my gosh. He's from the 80s. He's maybe the 90s, but he has a 70s feel about him with his awesome giant afro, and he had a pet squirrel and a baby deer at one point. But check out Bob Ross. There's 2 different ones on Netflix, and he paints, and it is the most zen, relaxing. I used to remember in college, my roommates and I, and my boyfriend, and in the middle of the day between classes, sometimes we would just make our lunch and we would just veg out. You would have thought we were stoned. We weren't. There was nothing going on in there. I was very clean, very pure little college student. But you would have walked in and you would have thought there would have been smoke in that room because we would just be like, wow, look at that. Because it's so relaxing. Give it a whirl. It's a built-in meditation, about 30 minutes long. Okay, so that's it for my TV shows. I'll try to go faster with my newest podcast recommendations. Darkness Radio is one I haven't recommended before. It's been on for many years. It's new to me. I love it. I don't listen to every single episode. I think it comes on like 3 or 4 times a week. I usually skip their day. It's either Monday or Tuesday about crimes and serial killers and stuff like that because I don't want to hear about that. I like the paranormal stuff and the supernatural stuff. And it just has people calling in, the 2 hosts on it. When Dave isn't on it, I don't really like to listen to it. I like the other guy, Tim, just fine, but by himself, it's just not the same. The 2 of them together, or definitely with Dave, those are my favorite ones. They're very good. They are very entertaining, and they come on almost every day, which is fantastic. Another one I probably have mentioned before, but I just want to say it again, Myths and Legends. It is so well done. It comes on Wednesdays, I believe, and I would recommend listen to all of them. By now, he's probably got 20-something episodes. He's been on for a year, maybe less. Maybe he's got more. I don't know. But he tells their myths and legends, and he researches, he tells the story, he's got the music in the background, but then he puts a funny little spin on it sometimes. He didn't change the stories, but the way you'll just have to listen to it. I love Myths and Legends podcast. Listen to it. You have heard me talk about New World Witchery a billion times on here, so I won't rehash that one, but I will recommend a little offshoot podcast that Corey put out. And he's only got 2 episodes so far. He puts a lot of time and research into these, so they're kind of a big deal. But it's called Chasing Foxfire. There's been 2, as I said. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one I enjoyed too. It started to get to me a little bit, only because it's talking a lot about social injustice and racism and stuff that's all too real. And I listened to at least half, and I'll finish it. But I usually when I'm listening to a podcast, I like to escape from the reality sometimes and listen to. Even though I think a lot of paranormal stuff is reality, it's not like stuff I see every day or stuff I grew up with, So it was well done. It's so well done that I need to take it in small doses. So Chasing Foxfire is very good. There's 2 to 3 more. I'll go fast. This one will be quick. I have mentioned this one before, Inciting a Brouhaha. It had been 2 years, more than 2 years since their last episode, but they recently just came out with one. It's over 2 hours long. If you like Velma Nightshade and Firelight, who each had their own podcasts, Firelight's is still going strong after like 6 or 7 years, then you will definitely love hearing the two of them together. They are very funny, very entertaining. Over 2 hours, and they didn't even argue in it, so that was awesome. In the past, some of my complaints was that they talked over each other and interrupted each other a lot, and they would argue a teeny bit. Mostly it was fun to listen to, but sometimes after listening to really professional podcasts, it would be a little stressful because I hear other people, like 2 podcasters, sit together and not argue and not interrupt each other. So I feel like there's a way to finesse that, but you don't listen to them for that. I laugh harder at their podcast than any of the other ones I listen to. And 2 brand new ones to me, and I think they're brand new on the scene. One is from the LMC network, and it's The Witch, the Priestess, and the Cauldron. They have probably maybe up to 10 episodes. They've only been on since the end of summer, and they are under the same Lucky Mojo company who do the Lucky Mojo Hoodoo Root Work Hour, plus a lot of other ones. If you go to iTunes and put in LMC or type in The Witch, the Priestess, and the Cauldron, you guys will, I think, will really appreciate this. It's good. I would recommend, do what you want. I usually end up skipping ahead to minute 5 or 10 because I'm not really interested in hearing what's been going on with you lately. That's boring to me, so I skip ahead until we finally get to the meat of the topic. And they're good. They're entertaining. Okay, the last one, I'm very excited. It's not witchy in the least bit, but I still love it because it's positive, and it's called Let's Give a Damn. And it is a podcast that comes out, again, probably only 5 or 6 episodes are out, maybe more. It hasn't been on long. And the host interviews people who have done something awesome in the world and have made a difference and talks to them about what motivated you. And it's inspirational. I know one of the ones I really enjoyed was one of the co-creators or someone who works with Soul Pancake on YouTube. And if you don't know about Soul Pancake, look them up because that's the Dwight from The Office. He's the one who created it a few years ago. Everything they put out brings you up, shows what's good in the world instead of focusing on the negative. Kid President, who I love, and I show his stuff at school all the time. That kid is adorable. His videos are so good. This woman either still does or used to work with the creators of Soul Pancake and stuff like that. It was so inspirational. It's feel good stuff. You can listen to it and feel better about the world. And I feel like that's something we all could use a little bit more of, a little more dose of vitamin H for happiness, or vitamin J for joy, whatever you cheesy little thing you want to say. Those are my recommendations. That's what I like to fill my brain with when I have a little free time, a little downtime. Check them out, see if you like them, and if I am able to, I'll put some links below. Otherwise, I'll just say thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. And one more day of the 12 days of Yule. Woohoo! Wonder what it'll be. I have some ideas. Maybe we'll do something creative tomorrow. If I can, that'd be fun. All right, till then, have a great day.